right, I'm starting off with Manny. Do you see? I already said my piece on this one. Do you see Paul George and Kawhi Leonard leaving in 2021?
So after next season, right?
Yep.
If they don't win a ring, they will absolutely break up. Absolutely. And if they do win, one of them is going to leave.
One of us is going to leave.
One of them is going to leave. Yeah, it's just how it is because we don't know what's going to happen with LeBron and AD. I mean, if they're going to stay, I mean, I feel like the wave moves with the big names, So I'm not too familiar with like LeBron and AD's contract. Maybe they might keep AD and let LeBron do whatever he want to do. I think definitely next year is their last year together. But if they don't win, they both leave.
What do you think, Craig?
I think Paul George is definitely leaving. They need to get rid of him anyway. I don't know about Kawhi. I think Kawhi wanted to go back to LA. He got to LA. Especially if LeBron is still there and he wins this year. I think even if he doesn't win next year, I think that Kawhi wants to at least get one in LA for the Clippers. Yeah. So that's pretty much where he wanted to go. He grew up kind of around that area. So I think he wants to stay there. Now, I do think that they're going to need somebody else if Paul George is going, which I don't think. If they don't win next year, I wouldn't keep Paul George. But maybe you can get two more people in there to help that team out. A good point guard or something like that, a good shooting guard or whatever, a shooting guard and a big man, something like that. I think, but I think Kawhi probably stays. Maybe he'll sign like a 1-year deal or something like that, especially if they can get some other people in there and maybe take a pay cut just to get some other big names in there to help him out. But Paul George, man, I think he should be going. Yeah.
I know. I think so. Manny, what I've been hearing is AD loves it in LA. That team has got good chemistry. LeBron is kind of passing the mantle, and they're gonna be in the conversation in the championship or the Western Conference Finals every year until they split up, I think. It's hard because I think Kawhi's gonna leave if he don't win a ring, young. I think he's out. I think he's out. I even though he wanted to be there, I don't know. Paul George is definitely going to leave.
I think you could easily build a team around Kawhi by himself.
Yeah,
you don't need.
You could. Kawhi might go to the Heat.
You think Kawhi got like buyer's remorse? He's like, oh man, I want to go to LA, and then he go to LA, and then nothing happened.
I know. I feel like he's probably pissed that they at least get to the Western Conference Finals.
He married himself. He the one who played.
He did play poorly.
If he's mad at anybody, he should be mad at himself.
And they were down. The Nuggets were down 3-1. Like there was no. It should have been. They should have not come back. No, against the Clippers, they should have came back. That's you know what I'm saying. Like I thought it was going to be. To be honest with you, I thought it was going to be Clippers beat the Nuggets in 6 games. And it was going to be the Western Conference Finals, the Lakers, and the Clippers. I thought that everybody else thought. But then when they lost to the Nuggets in Game 7, and I saw the stat line of Kawhi and Paul George, it's like they've given up. And I was like, where is this Kawhi that was there last year? Where was he at?
Do you think that Kawhi is a player that we will never see again? Toronto Kawhi 2019. You think that player would never appear again?
He might not. I don't know.
What?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. He balled. That was one of the most historical performances.
That's one of those storms that just comes by, passes one time, and you never see it again.
Guy who goes to a team 1 year and then does something like wins the championship and then moves on. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about how he played? Like a lot of people have played.
No,
that's not how he played in Toronto. Because I think playoff Kawhi last year was
nasty. He was nasty. He was averaging
he made
30 points.
He made Rick feel like a little boy.
I didn't see anything like it was like.
No, he did lose the Golden
like
State.
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
Like I've seen Kobe go off in the playoffs before, in the finals. I've seen Michael Jordan do that before.
LeBron too.
On both ends of the court.
Yeah.
I've seen it before. Like it's not like I have not seen that before, and I've seen Michael Jordan do it better than him. So I don't know, like, to say I'm never going to see another Kawhi Leonard again. I don't think
you weren't impressed. So were you?
I mean, I'm not saying I wasn't impressed. Yeah. I mean, he balled out. He did his thing against Giannis. He did his thing against Philly, and he did his thing in the finals. Even though there it is. The thing is, here we go. Say it. I'm going with
say it.
You know where I'm going because
say it.
If KD plays,
it's a wrap.
Klay Thompson plays,
it's a wrap.
They do not win that championship.
They're sweeping. They're gonna get swept.
I mean, I'm not gonna put an asterisk on it.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna do that.
They would have got swept
because injuries are a part of the game. Yeah. But if those two guys play, maybe even if Klay plays by himself, not by himself, but if Klay plays and KD doesn't,
they still
win the championship. I have no clue, but I just think they have a better. They're not winning that championship with Kawhi Leonard by himself, with trash Kyle Lowry and Band of Merry Men on that team. Pascal Siakam and all them. No, they're not. Not against that team.
Not against Golden State. Yeah. I agree with that.
We're talking about a different. No.
They said KD. What's his name? Serge Ibaka has a show where he eats like wild things. So he ate like a snake, and KD was on there, and he was like, "How you doing, bro?" He was like, "I'm doing good. I'm doing good." And he was like, "So." He was like, "They call you a snake, but I know you're not a snake." And then he said, "This is what KD said." KD was like, "Boy, man, if I was healthy and we went till Game 7, you would have heard a pin drop in the arena."
Would have been no game.
That's what KD said. KD was like, "Y'all didn't want that work." Serge didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing.
Because he knows.
He knows.
Kawhi even knows it.
Yeah.
He's never going to say it.
He's never going to say it. He knows. He knows.
Caught a break.
The whole country of Toronto knows it.
Yeah. I was like, damn. He said,
the whole country of Toronto. The whole country of Canada. The whole city of Toronto. The whole country of Canada.
All right.
But no, you're right, though. I was just saying, like, you know how they call, like, Dame, like, Bubble Dame or, like, like, Hoodie Carmelo. Like, it's like that.
They did call
that episode of a certain person. I was saying that the way Kawhi, especially in that series against like the Bucks, man, it just like I feel like he just transformed. Yeah. But I do agree with you. Ultimately, everybody knows Kevin Durant was not injured. The Warriors would have won in 5 easily. But go ahead, my bad.
No, you good. All right, so
now we're getting the same thing, and we're getting the same thing again this year with injured players in the finals. Unfortunate, man.
It was. I just wish.
Not the same type
I don't even know why the Bucks. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right.